Okay, Georgia has its first scrimmage of the fall today, and it sure seemed like the Bulldogs lost today, judging from Mark Richt's sort of reaction after the practice. Aaron Murray with 3 interceptions, which is not the most encouraging thing on earth if you're a Georgia fan. But the thing I've learned 13 years into this is that you only take scrimmage statistics with a grain of salt. I don't doubt that Aaron had the interceptions, etc., but I think the big thing that you take from this was that Mark was not very happy with the performance out there. The energy level was not what he wanted, and my guess is we're going to see that get ratcheted up pretty good here soon. It's sort of drizzling outside in Athens. It's possible the weather had something to do with it, but what Richt had to say today, I think, is exactly right, which is you only going to scrimmage 3 times, so you may as well be ready to go when you actually do scrimmage. So I think the most disheartening thing was Aaron with the 3 interceptions. But other than that, Gurley did okay, had a touchdown. Keith Marshall with a long run and a touchdown. It's just so hard to tell from scrimmages. I mean, particularly if you don't sit there and watch them. What everything means. But Georgia's a week into this. They've got a few guys out with thumb injuries. But I think the big thing is you get done with the scrimmages and there weren't any injuries today. None to be that were a big deal. I mean, Michael Bennett's coming back from an ACL. He stays out with a hamstring. Trey Matthews and Shaq Wiggins didn't go today. You just want the offense to clean up those. Well, I think you specifically want Aaron to clean up the interceptions because I think that Georgia's a better team coming into this game with Clemson. But the quickest way to give yourself to shoot yourself in the foot is with turnovers, and that's what happened today. And that's not what they want here. Week into it, I think we know now that Leonard Floyd is a very, very good player. I think Trey Matthews is probably a guy that Georgia's going to be interested in using in the near future, and then Bryce Ramsey's another guy to keep track of. It looks like now, if he's not the number 3, he's getting closer and closer to that as time goes on. So Georgia with a good week of practice here. I think these last 2 days were not what Mark Richt wanted, I think Aaron Murray is the guy who's got to either do it or not do it this year. He didn't come back to throw 3 interceptions in games. He did that last year against the Gators, and Georgia escaped it, but I think it's going to be hard to throw 3 interceptions against South Carolina and Clemson and win those games. But, first scrimmage, what can you really gather out of it other than they went out there and there were no significant injuries. Okay, first week has been wrapped for Georgia. They still have Clemson in 24 days, 5 hours, and 34 minutes and 40 seconds and counting.